friendly as Dash of Dave. He'll take some scraps and bits of this, turn them into something you can't miss. Junk journals, tapes, and crafts galore. He'll have you begging, show me more. Oh, Dash of Dave, oh, what a sight, mixing colors day and night.
Hi everyone, it is Dash of Dave here again, and I'm back for another crafty video. So, I might be competing with a bit of a hum at the moment, and that's because I've got my fan heater on underneath my desk because I've got cold toes. And you didn't need to know, but I'm telling you anyway, because you know me, I like to share. Anyway, so we're back for another one sheet wonder. Okay, so this is my today's one sheet wonder. Okay, and what it is it opens up like this. Okay, and it flips up like a little pocket book. Is that what they're called? I can't remember. I haven't had one for a long time. It's got a little pocket here. Okay, then we've got these here, which are there's a little pocket here. There's a pocket here. I won't get them out. Then it opens up gatefold style. Then you've got a pocket here. Then you've got a pocket here. We've got another pocket here, and we've got a pocket here. But let's just close it up. I don't know why I'm singing, but I am. I'm just going to close it up, and then we've also got a pocket on the back. So other than the pieces, the inserts, everything, the actual thing itself is made from one sheet of paper. I'm going to show you how. So you're going to use a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, and I will get a piece of that fast running through the Tim Holtz cardstock. I'm going to be devastated when I've run out completely. What am I going to use? I don't know. Try not to cry. Sorry. Talk about being melodramatic, Dave. Anyway, so we're going to need a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock. And then what we are going to do is we are going to cut it. Okay, so I'm just going to get my trimmer out and I will talk about what we're going to cut it into. First of all, you're going to cut it so that with the orientation of whichever orientation it is. So I want to use, so the first cut that you're going to make is going to form this part. Okay, so this opening bit. Okay, so the problem is anything in the middle you're not going to see because it'll be covered by this bit. So don't worry too much about what's going to go in the middle of it. So I'm just going to use the top of this. So we're going to cut it this way, and I'm going to cut it to, sorry, turn it round so that I can cut the piece off. And you want to cut this first piece to 5.5. So it's obviously going to be 5.5 by 12 to start with, and we're going to cut it down a little bit more than that. So we're going to cut that to 5.5. Okay, and you're just going to take that off and put that to one side because you're going to carry on cutting this first. And then the next piece that we're going to cut is going to be at 3.5. Okay, so the 3.5 thing is going to form this flap. Okay, so just, you know, just so you're aware. Okay, so that's 3.5, so that's that piece. Yeah, and then this final piece measures 3 by 12. Okay, so we're just going to pop that there. Okay, sorry, I'm putting that away and I don't need to yet. So take the piece that is 12 by 5.5, and then lengthways you're going to cut it down to 9.5. Okay, we're going to cut it down to 9.5. Okay, and you're going to keep that bit because you're going to use that shortly. Okay, who are you calling shortly? Quite tall actually for the age. Anyway, shut up, Dave. So this piece sorry, coughing. This piece we're going to cut down to 11 1/8. Now I know it seems like a very random figure, but it is what it is. So we're going to cut this down to 11 1/8. Oh, where's my eighth? There's my eighth. I'm going to pop that like that. So that piece is cut, and again, you're going to keep that piece. I know you're thinking, what on earth am I going to use that for? Wait and see. That's all I can say. And then these pieces you're going to cut down to so this is the one that measures 3 wide. You're going to cut this down to 5.5. Well, you want to go just a little short, shy of 5.5 actually, and that's because that's going to be one of these pieces that sits inside here. So you want it to just be shy of that that fold. So take that into consideration. So we're going a little shy of it. So we're going to go with 5 and whatever that is, just shy of the half bit. I don't know. I wasn't born to use inches. I just adapted. So that's 3 by 5.5. The next piece is going to be 3 by 3 3/8 because I love just like making it just that little bit more bamboozling. Can't think where the 3/8 will be. Just bear with. Might be better with, because my 3. So this is my 3 line here, which you can't see, and then then I've got this straddled bit where I've got no measurements. So just bear with me a second while I get that out. 3 3/8 is somewhere around here. 3/8, so it's 1/8, 2/8, 3/8 is about there, Dave. Well, you're never going to see that. You've just drawn that on one of the letters there. Again, never going to see it again. Oh no, I can. So 3 3/8. Yeah, you see, it was just falling inside that bit where it was all getting a bit hidden. Okay, and then this piece measures whatever it measures, 3 and a bit, 3 1/4. There you go. So is that what I had? Yeah, 3 1/4-ish. So we're going to keep those pieces. Those are going to be internal pockets and things along with that. And then these are the 2 pieces that we're going to work with first. Okay, so get your scoreboard next. And then with the piece that measures 5.5 by 9.5, we want to score it at, you're going to put this first score line at 1 1/4. 1 1/4. Then you're going to do 3. Then you're going to do 6.5. 6.5. And then you're going to do 8 1/4. Okay, so so these score lines should marry up to these score lines. So I'll just actually put this away and I'll show you that first. So we're going to put these score lines in. So you're going to fold that one over and just want to make sure that it folds straight, because remember these 2 sides meet each other in the middle. So you want to make sure it's nice and straight. So straighten it up as you fold it, and then fold it back on itself. Again, like that. And then this side is going to fold in. And again, we're going to make sure that's straight. And then this side folds back out. There you go. So they meet in the middle. You see how they meet, but they don't like touch. They don't clash on each other. They're just perfectly aligned. We're just going to make sure that that's not quite straight, Dave, and you're not. Don't do anything straight, you know. So anyway, there you go. So that's those. So that's your gatefoldy bit. So then this piece we're going to take and we're going to get our scoreboard back into the shot. Okay, so we're going to score this one at 5.5 and 5 5/8. So we're going to go to 5.5. We're going to score it there. And then we're going to score it at 5 5/8, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5/8. There you go. So you get 2 lines very close. They're only 1/8 of an inch apart. But when we take this off, because that's the lines that we've done for that, take this off, and we're just going to put those 2 lines in. I'll just put my nail there for guidance. And then just make sure we get that pressed in, and again just score those lines in, and then do the same on the other one. And that just gives us this box fold here, which just means it just encompasses enough space for this and any pockets inside. So we're just going to fold on that line there. Again, just making sure it's nice and straight. And then score that line in as well. Okay. I think I'm going to sneeze. I might have to pause. Just bear with me a moment. I'm going to sneeze. Hey, you! The only problem with having a under desk heater is when your craft room doesn't see much dusting, it's just blowing all the dust around into the air. So that's the reason for sneezing. Apologies. So anyway, back to this. So now what you've got is you've got this piece that's going to cover all of this. Okay, but this one sits inside, so it doesn't sit on the back. It sits inside because this is going to form one of the other pockets. Now what you might find is it might just clash. You see how it's just clashing on that edge. Best thing to do is just take it off and just cut a small sliver, even. Stop saying slither, Dave. It's not a snake. A small sliver of card off that edge. So you're taking about 1/8 of an inch off. Okay, and that way then when you pop this back inside there, you should then find that when you close it up, yeah, it doesn't clash anymore, so that's fine. Okay, so this piece, we're going to take a divot out of this because we're going to make it like a thumb hole, and I had all of my equipment around me ready. That's there. But then I had a moment where I thought, oh, I'll tidy up before I come on air. And that was stupid me, tidying up. What am I like? Okay, so we're taking the divot out here. Now the best thing to do is to ink it all next, because, you know, you're not really going to have opportunity once you've glued it together. So I'm just going to do that now. And just ink it to however you are content with. So whatever your level of inkiness is, you know me, I'm quite I'm a bit. I was going to say I'm a bit dirty, but it could have been taken the wrong way. So I'm I like it to be a bit grubby. So I don't know why I have to say a bit grubby like that. Like I've lived in Yorkshire a long time, because I have lived in Yorkshire a long time, but I'm not born and bred here. I'm a Midlander. Well, Warwickshire area I come from. So. And I'm just going to ink over this box fold. So some people say Brummie. I am not a Brummie. I'm from not a Brummie is somebody's from Birmingham, and I'm not from Birmingham. I'm from Coventry. So oops. Drop that into my ink. That's a good idea, isn't it? So we're just going to ink all of these nice edges, just however you like it, and make it nice and used looking. That's what I like. I like if I do it like this, I feel like it's making it look like it's seen some time. Stood the test of time, and I think it looks more like ephemera if you've inked it a little bit at least. So that's that piece. We're just going to do the same again for this. So I wouldn't spend too much time inking this kind of area. Ink the edges just so you don't see the white bits, but you're not going to see any of that. That's going to be covered up by this. So, but I am just going to ink all of those creases, just a little on the inside. More on the outside. Moron? You calling a moron? Every time, Dave, you think it's funny, and every time I'm sure there's lots of people that don't. But you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I'm pleasing myself. So yeah, I'm just going to ink this down. And then all around here. So this is the outside, so I always go a bit heavier, will come a bit further in with my ink on this bit. I'm regretting having that heater on now. A bit overwhelmed heat-wise, but I'm going to see if I can make it through without having to turn it off. There we go. So I'll just, oh, that's the bit there. Need to do that. Another bit there, and then around the bottom edge, top edge, that edge as well. There we go. So, right. So now we've inked those pieces. What we're going to do is we're going to stick this onto here. So remember, this is the divot. So this is going to sit on the inside of this gatefold. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll take my glue, and I'm just going to glue around the 3 sides here. Well, my glue has other ideas about that. Try again. Yeah, so glue around 3 sides. Give it a decent amount of glue, you know, so that it's going to stick. You don't want to be too stingy on the glue, but equally don't put so much on so that it squeezes out. So pop it then just inside the fold and down to the bottom. Just line it up before you kind of press it down. Make sure it sits inside that fold. It does. That's fine. Make sure that bit bends over the top. Yes, it does. That's fine. Okay, so that's that bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to make our closure first. So that's what this skinny bit is. This skinny bit is the bit that forms our closure here. So it closes with this kind of finish. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to ink around it. Now I did just round it off on the edge that goes into the hole, and that's just because these will become dog-eared, like, you know, all floofy, and you'll find that it then doesn't go, find it harder to get it into that slot. It's all floofy. So I'm just going to round those edges like so, just gives it a bit of a rounded edge, and then I'm also going to just ink that off as well. And you can of course do this back bit. I didn't on this one, I just left it square, but you can round it. Actually no, there's no point, because actually I've slightly improved this. So this time this bit is going to be inside the pocket, so it's not going to be needing to ink, because you won't see it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to have a look. So we're just going to close it up, and we're going to have a look at where we're going to put this. Actually, that's the way up I wanted it. Let's just round that other end, because I actually wanted the 5 showing, so I didn't mind it was being upside down. I just wanted it showing. So, and of course you could use the other side or whatever you're using. Choose whichever bit you want to see. So what you want to do is you want to put it down, and you want to have a decent amount. So I'm actually going to use where this line comes to. What I tend to find is if you have more than half on, that accounts then for the wrapping around the back and for your box fold. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take where's it gone? Just going to use my smaller scoreboard, and it's not a measurement as such, but I'm just going to create a box fold here, and that's going to do a line and then an 1/8 further over, and that's just going to give me that box shape that I need for that. And then there. Okay, I'll just colour that shape in. Move that out of the way. So now what I want to do is I want to take the middle of this. Now because it's 3.5 wide. You're going to, the middle of this is 1 3/4 inches. So I'm just going to use a pencil. Probably the best way to do it is the end that you can, that's got a pencil lead in. Okay, back in a second. Just going to have to turn this heater off. So 1 3/4 is the middle. Okay, and then this bit that you've got left over measures just shy of 1 inch. So you can either just pop it down and guess and put a line either side, or you can measure 1 inch out, half an inch out from either side of that, because you do want your slot to be slightly wider than the piece that you're using. Okay, so you just put your marks either side of that one slot, and then just bear with me, I think I've somebody at the door. So now that we've done, sorry, I'm out of breath. I've just run downstairs to try and get to the door quick before they left. So what we want to do now is you want the slot to be, this one was about 5/8 of an inch from the bottom, which I found is probably about right. Anything from 5/8 to 3/4 of an inch from, otherwise you'll find that it doesn't tuck in far enough. So we're going to go about 5/8 of an inch. Where's my pencil gone now? Oh, that's gone walkabout. Now I've gone running downstairs. So we're going to do a line about there. You just want to kind of check that it's about the right, that it's about straight. You know, it's not going to be accurate if I'm doing anything. It's not going to be accurate. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put that line in. We're going to go a bit further than we need it, and then we'll just delete it back. So these are the edges that, so then just pop your piece of paper back on, and you want to make sure, like I say, it's just a little wider than your paper. And then what you want to do is you want to cut a line between the marks you've made. Sorry, something's making a strange noise. I think it's next door. I can hear. So we're just going to cut a line between those two, and then before we do anything else, we're just going to rub away the pencil lines. Now's your opportunity to give that a bit of an ink. That slot a bit of an ink. No, I know what it is. It's my oscillating fan underneath here that's making a noise. Strange. Cooling down, I think. So once you put that in, then what you want to do is, first of all, tuck it into where it's going. This just saves you when you're actually gluing it, that it hasn't just moved by the time you've looked. So pop it into wherever it's going to sit, tuck it in, put the box fold around the bottom bit, and then lie it flat down, and then glue this flap. So we're just going to glue that flap. We're going to just smoosh that glue out a bit with my finger, and then we're going to press that down like so. Okay, so then we've got, that's our closure flap. It'll curl itself a little bit as you push it in and out. If you wanted to and you didn't want to have the slot, you could just always have a sticky dot there. I just like to find new ways to do closures and things. So now opening it up, what we've got is we're going to take the bigger piece. So you've got these pieces. These are all your pieces that you've got. Okay. So you're going to take the bigger piece, this one, yeah, so that was the one that you cut off at the start. You're going to pop that on, and you're going to we're going to glue that into there. Now, if it's a little bit too tall, which this one is, you just want to take like 1/8 of an inch off the top. Or if you can find the blade, like that. So once you have done that, then you're going to just put your thumb divot in. Now, if you want to make sure that they're both the same height, same place, then you just need to make sure that you cut them together. But I'm not hugely worried. I'm just going to put a little bit of a mark so they kind of line up. There you go, either side. Pop that in there. So what I mean by do them together is don't glue that one down. Line the two edges up together and then make a divot, and then they'll both line up perfectly. But if you like to wing it like I do, then you can just do it this way. I'm just going to ink this just to give it a bit of a, make it look like it belongs in this folio. Okay, and now what we're going to do is going to ink it on 3 sides. So top and bottom, and then opposite where the thumb notch is. Because believe you me, I have done that, where I've actually inked it the same size as the thumb notch. Well, you fool. But there you go. So that's going in there. So that's your 2 slot pockets there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take this piece, and we're going to cut this in half. Now, because we're cutting it in half, and it's not a perfect measurement, let me just check and see. It might well be a perfect. Oh, it's 2.5. So you can just cut it at 1 and 3/4, or you can just fold it over and then just cut along that line you've just made, or cut that line off in my case. So I'm going to put my ruler up to that line and cut, and then I'm just going to do the same again this side. Put it up to that line and cut. It just takes the actual fold off. Then you're going to put these 2 pieces together, and I'm just going to put them back to back, so I've got mirror images. Okay, and then we're going to cut it. So you're going to cut it at the 2-inch line mark. So 2 inches is about there. I'm actually going to cut it on that line, which is a little bit further up. You can use your guillotine, but I'm just doing it for speed. So I'm going to cut there. Then I'm going to round that corner. I'm actually going to use a steeper round this time. Sorry, not steeper, shallower round. Pop the 2 in there together. Okay, so then with these are going to form your pockets. Okay, so if we just look at the original here. So you see how we've got these pockets here. So the shallower ones go on the outside. So they sit that way. That way, then you can put something in and it won't fall out. If you put it the other way round, anything you put in, you turn it sideways, it'll fall out. So, oh, let's just ink it, Dave. Just ink that, glue that. Just glue on the corner that is opposite the rounded bit, and stick it down up to the edge. There we go, that's that side. I'm just going to do the other side. Again, inked. And the only reason why I put them back to back is meant that I could have the same side facing out, because they're mirror images of each other. And again, gluing on the side On the other side, meeting at the corner that isn't rounded. Again, sticking it down on that corner. That gives you then a pocket here. Whereas, so if you do this, it's not going to fall out because the edge of the pocket's there. If you glued it the other way, it'd just fall out the side. Okay, so, and then when you open it up, the other two pieces, these two pieces, again, we're going to go back to back. I'm just going to round those again with a shallower round. And these are going to stick to the inside of here. Okay, so these don't matter so much whether you have them facing in like this or facing out like this. Whichever aesthetically pleases you. I'm going to actually put them that way round. Oh, let's ink them, Dave. And then again, meeting at the square corner. Putting it down, make sure you don't put it on that fold because you'll find it really difficult then to do anything. And then same with this one, ink it up and we'll stick it down in a second. So I'm going to ink it up all the way around and then glue down the sides. Okay, again, just make sure that it's away from that fold. Stick that down. Okay, so then we've got these two pieces. Now, one of these pieces, well, both the same size, one of these pieces is going to go on the inside and one of them is going to go on the outside. So entirely up to you. It depends on what you've got left in card form. So I'm going to pop that one on there. Again, thumb divot out the top. Ink it to your heart's desire. I love that kind of report card look. I'm devastated that he doesn't do these 12 by 12 pads anymore because I'd be buying more if they did. So down either side and opposite where the thumb notch is. There, and then we'll stick it on there. La 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 la. And you can sing or not, entirely up to you. And then I'm just going to pinch it together, just to give it a, I like to present the pocket. That's that. And then you're going to flip it over, and then this piece is going to go on the back again. We're going to have a thumb notch. We're going to ink it because, well, it'd be sad if we didn't. Ink it all round. And then we're going to glue this down. So again, this piece now is going to sit over here. So we're just going to glue down either side on the bottom. Oh, no, try and actually glue the side, Dave. Along that edge. We'll glue that just at the bottom here. So it sits in there, again, presented. And there you go. That is your little folio made. Now that is a really lovely, very simple, with so much flexibility on this. There's so many other ways that you could do this. You could have different versions of pockets, or you could have like a page band inside there. You could have page bands either side. You could add more pockets, but I just wanted to make sure that I used all of the page. And also, I didn't use any more than one sheet because I know you love a one sheet wonder. It's a great way to use up all of those 12 by 12 sheets of cardstock that you've got, because I know you've got them, because I've definitely got them. And then that just pops into there, and that is our finished little notebook gatefold folio thing, yet to be given a name. So I haven't christened it, so it doesn't have a name yet. So, but there you go. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. That's another little one that you can make. Obviously you could you could clip your corners and you can round them off. You could do the same with it. So this one I did on the outside. I just rounded the corners there. You don't have to. It's entirely up to you whether you do or you don't. So much flexibility, so many different ways. You can make different sizes. Obviously, if you use an 8x8, it would be smaller. You could use a 6x4. Sorry, 6. No, that's not a square piece, Dave. If it's 6x4, you can use a 6x6. It's going to get really tiny then, but you can, you can do it. There's so much flexibility. So, anyway, that's it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that's something you might give a go of. You know what? If you did enjoy it, I absolutely expect you to give me a thumbs up, because if you've enjoyed it, you might as well just tell me. And if you do make one and tag me. It's Dash of Dave 1 on YouTube. So Dash of Dave, no spaces, 1, and it'll tag me. If you just put Dash of Dave, it doesn't tag me. So anyway, I don't know who the other Dash of Dave is, but like when I've looked at that for that account, it's got no followers, no subscribers. So they've just nicked the name. So anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, my name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to. That's the best way. And I will see you all in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care. Lots of love. Lots of hugs. And I'll see you soon. Bye. Bye.